Everybody, JC here with another T&I toy review. And today's review is in association with JediInsider.com, your #1 news source for everything Star Wars. And for today's review, we're going to be taking a look at the brand new Star Wars The Black Series 6-inch Ahsoka Tano figure from Hasbro. Now this figure comes packaged in the same style of packaging that we've been seeing with all the Black Series figures for this year. You've got the black box, you've got the figure clearly displayed in the window box packaging, and then down below you have an image of the character and the name. On the side of the packaging you have that red border, and it tells us that this is figure number 20 in the series. And then on the back of the packaging we have a brief bio in multiple languages. Okay, so let's get this open and take a look at what's inside. Okay, so here's a look at the figure outside of the packaging. Now Ahsoka is a Star Wars Rebels animated series character. She originally appeared in the Clone Wars animated series, a younger version who was Anakin Skywalker's apprentice and then left the Order right before the whole events of Revenge of the Sith and Order 66 and all that. But she's returned. She's part of the fledgling newborn Rebel Alliance and is appearing currently in the Rebels animated series. And we just had the season finale for the second season of that show, which she played a major role in. If you haven't checked it out, I won't give you spoilers, but if you haven't checked it out, I highly recommend that you do. So anyway, the figure comes with 2 lightsabers. She has a longer lightsaber which has the kind of curved hilt, and the blades on hers are almost a white, has a little bit of blue tint to it, but it's more of a clear color than a solid color like most of the Jedi. And she's got the little rings at the end, and you can remove the blade, and then she's got little hooks on her side so that you can basically attach her hilts without the blade. And then the other one that she has is the handle is a straight handle, and the blade is a bit shorter. And again, it's removable, and you can put the other one on the other side. So basically she can store both of her lightsabers when she's not using them. Hold both lightsabers at the same time, and she holds them nice and tight. So the figure itself has pretty nice detailing. So she's got these long tentacle things that I guess is supposed to be her hair. I'm not really sure what they call these, but it is made with just kind of a rubbery type plastic. And she's also got the one that goes down her back, and she's got the blue markings, which I think looks pretty good. Not a whole lot in the way of sloppiness with the paint. Maybe a little bit on this one blue stripe here, but still for the most part I think it's a pretty solid job there. She's got this soft goods skirt, and then she's got this piece that goes over a belt type thing with the lightsaber hooks and stuff, which is again done with that kind of vinyl material like we see with capes and stuff. The costumes are basically dark browns and beige colors. She's got these silver gauntlets with some buttons on the side, which are just painted yellow. She's got the orange skin, and then she's got this chest plate, which again has some lights painted on orange and yellow with some silver metallic paint around the trim of it. So overall I think it looks pretty good and pretty much what we see in the cartoon. Here's a comparison with Hasbro's 3¼ inch Rebels version of Ahsoka, and I do think the 3¼ inch one, I like the face sculpt better. I think it's more true to what we see in the cartoon. I guess I would say it's more animated looking, and I know with these 6-inch versions they're supposed to be like, if they were real life characters, they're not really supposed to have the animated feel to it. So I think that's why the 3¼ inch version I think is a little more truer to what we see in the actual cartoon. And here's a close-up of the face sculpt, and again I just don't really like the expression they've given her. She almost looks like she's kind of pouting. I definitely like the face sculpt on the smaller figure a little bit better, and again that's probably because I think the smaller figure is more in keeping with the animated style of the character. So the figure stands just a little bit under 6¼ inches tall. Here's a comparison with the 6-inch Anakin Skywalker figure, and you can see Anakin is a little bit taller. And then finally here's a comparison with Darth Vader, and you can see Vader is definitely taller than Ahsoka, as he should be. Articulation on this figure is okay, but it is limited in places. So like with the head sculpt, because of the tentacles that come down, she can't turn her head very well. She can kind of pivot the head to the left and right, and she doesn't really have any up or down movement either, so very restricted with the head movement. Arms are attached with your standard ball hinge joint at the shoulder, so she can get her arm out good, and she's got good rotation. She doesn't have a bicep swivel. She does have the swivels at the elbows, and she's got the single hinged elbow, so she can bend her elbow about that much. She's got the swivels at the wrist, and she does have hinges on her hands, so she's got good up and down movement with the hands. She does have a midsection joint, so she does have rotation there, but because of this chest plate, she really can't crunch down very much. She can look up a little bit. Legs, because of the skirt piece and this leather pieces, she can only do the splits about that much, and she can get her leg forward about that much, and she can do her leg back pretty good. She does not have a thigh swivel. Actually, I take that back. She does have a thigh swivel, and she has double hinged knees, so she can bend her knees about that much. Now with my knees, they do seem to suffer a bit from the gummy joint syndrome. Definitely a little bit of wobbliness in the knees, so that's just something to be wary of. Kind of loose as well. And then with the feet, she has the hinges on the feet, so she's got good down movement, okay up movement, some ankle pivot, but these pieces of her boot come down over her feet, so that does limit the ankle pivot, and then 2 peg holes on the bottom of her feet. Okay, so that's my review. Overall, this isn't a bad figure, but certainly not my favorite of the Black Series figures. The face sculpt is iffy to me. I definitely like the face sculpt on the smaller version of the character than the larger. I guess I just like the more animated style to the character, and I know that probably, would make it so it wouldn't fit in as well with your other Black Series figures, but since that is what I know the character from, I just prefer that more animated style. Articulation could be a little bit better as well, but otherwise I think it's a pretty solid figure. And if you are a fan of the character or the Rebels series, I think this is one you'll want to add to your collection. So this figure is out now. We'll have a full gallery of images up at JediInsider.com. There'll be a link in the description below. As always, leave a comment. Let us know what you think. If you're so inclined, please like the video. Also, if you haven't already, please follow me on my Facebook and or Twitter pages. I'll have links to those in the video description as well. And until next time, I'll catch you later.